Welcome to the Four Brewers Podcast. My name is John Holzer, and as always, I'm joined by
Jason Harris,
Greg Nagel,
and Tim Mather.
This week on the show, we're drinking beers from Southern California's own Laguna Beach Beer Company out of Rancho Santa Margarita and various other locations sprinkled throughout Southern California.
Was Laguna Beach one of them?
Well, actually, no. It turns out it's just because their residents are from Laguna Beach, but they do have a location in Laguna Canyon, I think is what I put in the notes. So technically, they do have a spot in
Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to the beach.
I thought that's the same thing when I read their history and their story. It was like, oh, do you actually have a brewery in Laguna Beach? But they're all from Laguna Beach. So there you go. Before we start the show, I want to give a couple shout outs to some supporters that we got over the last couple weeks. We got a new supporter on Patreon, Brian Trinkle. I want to give a shout out to Brian. Thank you very much for your support. It turns out the same day that Brian came on, we lost a $3 supporter for financial reasons. That's what they disclosed. So it worked out. Like we lost one and we picked one up. So that was pretty cool. And then we also got a donation from our friend Eric Vasquez. He doesn't support us on Patreon, but he almost does because we get like $25 every 6 months from him, or maybe a quarter. So we appreciate that. It's an easy way to donate. There is a link to give us money on PayPal if you want to do that on our website. It's totally a thing you can do. So thanks for the money, homie. We really appreciate it. That's all I have to shout out. I don't think we have any emails to read or anything. So let's just dive right in. Laguna Beach Beer Company.
Let us start with an apology. So
I didn't know if we wanted to address this or not, so we might as well. Yeah,
right off the bat,
probably should.
A huge thank you to the Laguna folks for being understanding with us. So about a year ago, they gave us beer to review on the show. We did a show with it. It was right as COVID was starting, and it didn't turn out for various reasons that we're not getting into, but it didn't ever end up really getting released. And they were really cool and gave us beer. We tried to insist on paying for this batch of beer, so they didn't give us more free beer, and they insisted on not. So very, very cool of these guys to give us another shot, because we pretty much just biffed the last show.
We fumbled the ball.
We biffed the last show. So
at the 1 yard line.
It was also a matter of timing as well, because that was the last show we did in the studio, and there's a couple shows that I missed from then, because things just kind of literally got thrown in the air for all of us. Maybe not literally thrown in the air, but it was a moment of confusion and worry, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And it's not that I just said, well, I'm not going to edit these shows. It was like I forgot about them. And we were like, well, we need to pivot to online. And then we started getting to the online thing. And as time went on, those shows just kind of went by the wayside. One was a show we did. There was
also good reason to not release them.
Yeah, but
even editing aside, there was other concerns with the actual content of the shows that we probably didn't want to release them.
But there was also another show that we did with beers from our friend, I forgot his name, from Future State. He from England. He met up with Greg.
Yeah,
and gave him some beers right before everything kind of shut down. Yeah, nice guy, great beers. But I didn't release the show, and he hit me up 6 months later, and he's like, "Hey, did you guys like the beers? Like, you're gonna release the show?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I totally forgot." And I got worried because I was like, "Do I still have this stuff like stored somewhere? I got to, right?" And I did. I had everything in folders on my computer, just waiting. And yeah. So again, thank you to Laguna for giving us these beers today and for the previous beers from last year as well. Like they muled them up here from Rancho Santa Margarita and like delivered them to my girlfriend at the time. And yeah, they're really gracious, really awesome. So I'm really looking forward to this show because I remember the beers from the last show being excellent. So
yeah, they were all really solid.
Yeah.
This is a first for me, so I'm very, very much looking forward to it.
And another big note is it was just me and John and also special guests on that show. So I'm actually kind of glad that we get to redo it with the whole gang.
Yay. Thanks for including me.
Same. I'm excited as well. Because I like these beers.
I put these beers in the order basically in alcohol percentage, but they kind of work out stylistically wise. First one I'm going to drink is Party Pills. This is a 4.7% alcohol by volume beer made with Mandarina Bavaria hops. And another cool thing about doing the beers on the show this time as well is we actually have beers with some can art that we can show off. So,
Party Pills is in the house tonight. Everybody's gonna have a good time.
That's the artwork there is of their Laguna Beach location, I think.
Oh, really?
Or maybe that's Rancho. It's hard to tell.
That's the one.
I was trying to think of the brewery that used to be down in RSM. Did they take over Cismontane?
Yeah, Cismontane is where Laguna Beach they took over, and they put in a kitchen. I think a new brew house. I've actually brewed on Cismontane system way long time ago with a collab with Tender Greens restaurant. It was the weird bizarro OC Beer Blog days in the past, but there was an all manual brew house where like you had to like mash in with an actual huge mash paddle and break up dough balls. And man, my back was hurting after that day.
Now, I went to their website and it said that they opened in 2014. Did they open at that old Cismontane location in 2014, or was that after they were already open that they took it over? Do you know?
I'm not 100% sure. To be honest,
honestly, 2014 sounds early for Cismontane to have gone away. It feels like they would have been around back then.
It says after 2 years of open in 2014, after 2 years of good fortune, reached a goal, acquired, remodeled RSM that was rebranded as Laguna Beach. So they moved into RSM in 2016.
But I want to say that Laguna Beach contract brewed somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where they were before Rancho.
Right. Yeah. It's not important. The fact is they're here now,
exactly.
And we're drinking their beer.
I couldn't find a second 4B glass, but I did have some appropriate glassware.
Nice. From the
Woo!
New Brew Thursday 4th anniversary, the last one. Aww. That was at Killarney's.
Wow.
We were talking about Killarney's on a previous show too.
That's right.
That was a fun night. That was really cool.
There was a New Brew Thursday thing I went to at Beechwood, Long Beach, where brewer Chris Lynn at Laguna Beach Beer Company is from.
Nice tie-in, Greg. Yeah,
right.
He's from their Long Beach location, which is where we had our anniversary. Did we have it there 2 years in a row? I want to say we did.
That was a powerful segue.
Yeah, it was.
I dug in deep.
See, when we have notes that are readily available, like we can do stuff like this if we're actually prepared to do a good show.
Look, let's not celebrate too hard off one good segue.
Yeah, like Greg said, Chris Lynn, he came aboard around early 2020, February 2020. I read an article. I forgot on which website. It was a beer website. They were going to have a party on, I think, late February 2020 to celebrate him coming aboard. Like I said, when we were talking before the show, just really bad timing to come to get a new job. It's like, okay, I learned all this stuff at Beechwood and now I'm going to show my skills at this brand new location. And then they have to close 2 months later. Like, oh
yeah,
man,
totally.
That sucks. But
so it seems like they're finally, the nose is lifting off the plane on the runway, so to speak. It seems like, they're opening up and all their locations are bright and airy, big patios. So the Laguna Beach one that I went to, like it's like windowless, so you can essentially hang out at the bar and just a breeze is flowing through the place. It's really chill.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, incorporating current regulations with the pandemic kind of tapering off right now. A lot of places, obviously have gone to outdoor dining. I just went out to lunch for the first time in a year to Heroes, which is formerly Riverside Brewing Company off Mission Inn in the 91.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we go for when I go to lunch with work people. And they
It
have
was like three things between being RBC and being Heroes, right?
Yeah. But
All
that's
right.
what I remember it as. Like I went there most often when it was RBC and watched Alien Ant Farm play and stuff like that. So
I went to Big Cheese a lot when they were a pizza place.
yeah, I went there once and we had the beers and they weren't good and we
The
just
beers
never
weren't
went
good.
back.
The pizza was pretty good though.
Yeah, it was. I actually remember first signing up for Untapped at Big Cheese on my phone,
Hey.
which
See, I would just get Coors Light there. It was,
yeah.
Dang.
But
good. Pizza was good.
yeah, I wanted to say though, like they have an outdoor area behind the restaurant, but then in front of the restaurant is also an outdoor area that's enclosed with bushes, basically. So it's enclosed but still open, and they have fans blowing and stuff. I felt very comfortable there. I didn't feel like I was eating inside. You can eat inside there. Which is one of the guys I work with. He sent us a text saying, "Hey, I'm inside," and I said, "Go outside." I'm not going inside to eat lunch for the first time. Like I can't do it. It was kind of bizarro because the waiter comes up after I was there for about 3 or 4 minutes and asks, what do you want to order? And I thought, we're not going to get menus. And it occurred to me, oh no, there's no menus anymore. You have to use your phone and scan the QR code on the table. And me and Jason and Greg went to Wick's Brewing Company a couple weeks ago, and it was the same deal there. But it didn't occur to me going to get food that this was also a thing as well. So kind of a tangent.
Honestly, I am all for the app-based ordering. Like,
Yeah.
let me punch that shit in, put my credit card in, and I can settle my check. The most annoying time at being at any restaurant is you're done eating and you're ready to fucking go, and they take 20 minutes to just go scan your card. It's just like, for fuck's sake, all I want to do is leave. Can I just pay?
Yeah.
I like how several years back it was like, there was like a hot point. I'd say like probably 6, maybe 8 years ago, where like QR codes were like so hot because you could make them for yourself, and like everybody was into it, and there's scanning apps and all that stuff. And then they kind of died out. I made a joke at like the beginning of last year. I was like, I thought QR codes were dead. Apparently not.
This is their time to shine.
Nope.
They're here to stay.
Resurrected.
How else are you going to verify your weed carts?
Yes.
I don't know.
Don't know how that works, Jason.
They
Tell
actually
us.
have that on like the licenses for the places, like to see if places are legit. They have QR codes that go to like a government database to validate.
Oh,
that
okay. I didn't know
it's
that.
actually
That's
a
cool.
licensed place, and then brands to combat counterfeits will have like a little thing you can scan to make sure that it's legit one.
Nice.
Hey, I learned something new.
Anyway,
That's right.
Coming back from that tangent, what do you guys think of party pills? I think this is coming off very hop forward.
So when I hear dry
It is
hop
dry hop.
pilsner, my ears perk up because I love
yeah.
the dry hop pilsner.
Mhm.
This one, it looks like they're using Mandarina Bavaria, which is, I feel like in my head, kind of walks the line between like an old school and a new school hop. It's got like elements of both.
Mm-hmm.
It's very tangerine, lemongrass. It's very bright. The beer looks like a pilsner, smells like a dry hop pils. I think when you're going pilsner, I think it's nice to at least use German hops, and I'm happy that they did that in the dry hop.
And that's why that's kind of where I was getting, where that it has a little bit of that old school noble hop character to it, but it then also has a newer kind of tropical, the tangerine's a good call, flavor to it that mixes really well. And I love this flavor profile. This is crushable as hell. I'm gonna finish this whole beer.
Yeah, I got a 4-pack of this, and it did not last long.
Yeah, you bring up the using the Bavaria, the Mandarina Bavaria hops to kind of keep it true to its roots, but it's like they're using a new school, like modernized version that gives it that tangerine lemon kick. I'm getting lemongrass like a lot. That's what I get from it, and it's not overwhelming. You can still get like that nice malt character coming through on the body. It's not bitter, like super bitter.
Oh,
it's
interesting.
It's a really good beer.
I'd have to disagree. I kind of feel like the residual bitterness is a little more than I would want for a Pils. I mean, I get it. It's dry hopped, and I understand that it's going to be hoppier than normal. But for some reason, it's definitely maybe it's the lingering flavor from my lunch. But there's definitely something hanging out like really bitter right on the end.
I mean, I would say the bitterness is more in the vein of like a Czech Pils than like a German Pils kind of thing. They definitely went with a hoppier Pils.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's inappropriate style wise. But again, I could see a preference there being that I think for some people, when you're starting to get up, Czech Pils are up to 40, 45 IBU, something
45
like that.
tops, yeah.
It can get on the bitter side for some people in a beer this light, but this is super well made too. There's nothing discernibly flawed about this beer. Just super crushable, good malt backbone.
I would happily buy a 4-pack of this and drink it. Right now we're having such perfect weather in Southern California. Every day it's been like 75, 80 degrees, and this is the beer for that weather completely.
Yep. Pairs with a pizza and the lawnmower. And party.
I mowed my lawn yesterday. Yeah, myself.
Wow. I don't even have a lawnmower.
It went good. I have a gardener. He does it every other week, but it's getting to where the grass is growing too rapidly to sustain that. Like after a week, it just looks like a hot mess. So he comes every other week and does all the detailed work. And then on the off weeks, I just mow it. It takes me like 20 minutes and I'm good to go. I've said before I enjoy doing yard work, but got to a point where doing all the fine detail stuff is kind of not what I want to do. So having the ability to just run my lawnmower and cut the grass is satisfying, and it looks nice.
John, you should get a riding mower. I know that your front lawn is very small, but I just think you with a big red riding mower, a craft beer in the cup holder, just
earbuds.
Yeah, you got your AirPods on, just waving at the neighbors.
I could have some kind of monitor on it to do internet things.
He's got khaki shorts and white tennis shoes.
It's like a combine that has air conditioning inside.
I could just tour the neighborhood, mowing everyone's lawn for fun, and drinking beer.
Hi, Bill. John here with the mower.
My grandpa had a riding mower, and his lawn wasn't much. It was smaller than mine. And I remember he let me use it once when I was 12 or 13. And it was so unwieldy in that small yard. I'm like, how is this like? I'd rather just push a lawnmower and get it done and over with than ride this thing.
How much could a riding mower cost? I've never looked into it.
I want to say like $1,000. I don't know, $600. That sounds reasonable.
$1,500, Bob.
$1.
You're looking at probably about $2,000 for a
$2,000
for a tractor looking one.
It looks like they start around in like the low to mid thousands, and then they work up from there.
The new hotness right now are electric mowers. Like I thought about getting one. My mower is a newer Honda gas powered mower that I bought 6 years ago. It's practically brand new. But the next one I get might be electric because they just last longer. They're quiet.
But are we talking battery operated or a cord?
Battery, yeah. Rechargeable
didn't they
batteries.
have ones that had a cord at one point?
You do? Yeah, you can still buy those. I wouldn't.
Seems very not a great idea.
Yeah, it's also seems like a pain in the butt, like logistically.
Yeah, exactly.
Having to like have a leash on it, like no, just get the battery powered one. But it'd be cool to see like a riding electric. Maybe Elon Musk can make a Tesla for lawnmowers or something.
Listen, John, Elon Musk is bad at everything, and also you're already set up, my dude. Look it right here. Boom, battery electric riding zero turn mower.
It's a Ryobi. Yep, that's $4,200 though.
That's not that bad. You could swing
Patreon
that.
Money.
That's only 2 MacBooks.
You could ride around the neighborhood.
You're right. It is 2
Easy.
MacBooks.
It's only 3 iPad Pros.
iPads
go,
Pro. iPads Pro.
iPads Pro. That's the official verbiage
From Phil Schiller himself. iPads Pro.
John's
or,
gonna
or iPad Pro devices.
John's gonna ride that damn thing everywhere to make up for the cost.
Might as well. Jesus, just turn the blade off.
Cruising down to La Bodega on his
I got to
electric
make it
mower.
street legal. I got to put mirrors and a license plate on it or some shit.
Just get
Like
a Bluetooth speaker and ride that shit down to Del Taco.
You got to put a big old fake exhaust pipe on it that has like electric sounding exhaust noises.
That'd be cool. Make Jetsons noises.
Anyway, moving on to the next beer. The next beer we're drinking. This is called Second Reef Session Ale. This is a 5.4% alcohol by volume session ale. And they say it's made with 2-row malt and 3 types of wheat. I didn't get any details on the hops from Untapped on this. Maybe it's on the can. It says on the can, drink cold, drink fast. So should we just chug this and move along?
Oh, God.
I bet. Bet I won't.
It's basically a blonde ale. I mean, let's be honest.
It does say blonde ale on the can. And the artwork is very impressive. I'm really digging this artwork on the can. I like it a lot.
It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Very
5.4,
psychedelic.
Okay. Smells really nice and sort of just a nice expression of malt. There's nothing really remarkable. It's sort of biscuity and a little bit of hop there to keep it honest.
It's for those who prefer the crisp taste of a lager without the hoppiness or bitterness of IPAs and pale ales.
This is definitely I like this one. This is my speed.
I really enjoy the malt aromas on this. It smells almost like a little honey. Like the head does burn off pretty quickly, which that could be my glassware. But
yeah, this feels like kind of a classic brewpub blonde ale.
It sure does, doesn't it?
It's weird, just you don't see those very much anymore.
I don't know if it's the hop that sort of reminds me of like those old brewpub style blondes, but it's got the like a nice kick in the pants sort of bitterness that I can't quite place. You've had that flavor before, but it's been 10 years, but it's super enjoyable.
I feel like if I'm an 805 drinker and I get this, I will be fucking thrilled. Right? The person that comes in that loves 805 would love this beer. I think they're very, very similar.
It almost reminds me of 805, like the Cerveza with lime. I mean, not quite as limey, but you get that citrus character on there while it's still like light and has a little bit of body. Because I think the 805 Cerveza is like a Mexican lager with the lime added.
Yeah.
Right.
And you kind of get that vibe from this, even though it's a blonde ale. It's really good.
There's not like an additive in this, though, right? It's just a all malt beer.
Straight up
pretty
beer.
Sure.
Yeah, they say on Untapped it's 2-row and 3 types of wheat malt. So whatever they're doing with the hops,
pretty clear for a beer that has wheat in it. They got that wheat to clear out pretty well.
Yeah, it's damn near crystal clear.
It's a little hazy, but yeah, not too bad.
I really like.
I'm not sure why it's somebody. Why would you use 3 different kinds of wheat in a beer? I mean,
okay, let's name 3 types of wheat.
Well, why not?
I
mean, there's white wheat.
There's red wheat. There's flaked wheat.
Wheat
Could be different
scampi.
Producers.
Wheat scampi.
Boiled wheat.
Wheat.
Grilled wheat.
Wheat cocktail.
Forrest Gump.
Wheat
Bubba.
Bubba Blonde.
I mean,
if they don't have a Bubba Blonde at Bubba Gump Shrimp Company,
they don't.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
the official restaurant of coastal tourist areas. It's just like, are you a tourist area with a view of the ocean? Try
Have a
Bubba Gump
Bubba
Shrimp
Gump.
Company.
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe maybe Chris tried using one type of wheat and it wasn't to his satisfaction, and I don't know.
Maybe he had 3 bags laying around and he's like, what the hell? Let's throw it in.
Yeah, maybe it's just a gimmick. Who knows?
Maybe it's different preparations of it too, like flaked versus malted versus whatever.
Right.
You're like Dogfish Head with the oats.
Exactly.
There's the oat milk and the oat flakes and the oat meal and the
You know what? Just
Wilford
don't ever
Brimley.
change Dogfish Head. That is so a Dogfish Head thing to do. They're
How
like,
long is that oat beer going to last on the market? I give it less than a year. I think it's a
Hazy oat?
horrible beer.
No, the sweet loving hazy boys are just gonna fucking love that thing.
I don't know. It's an unusual beer. It's
I haven't seen this. Fill me in.
that fucking oat beer that Dogfish
Hazy-O.
had released. Hazy-O, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Got
It's
it.
just
Did you have it?
It's
It
a
was like-
weird beer.
It's like 20 different kinds of oat in there.
Yeah, they put every
There's
kind of
oat
oat,
milk.
including oat milk, which is just oats and water. But okay, go for it.
They
I don't
milked an oat.
That sound effect is making it.
Do oats have nipples?
Yep. Oat nips. They milked the oat nips. This is really good. I will say this beer tastes totally different in the can than it does if you pour it in a glass, which is an interesting. Because I had one in the can and I was like, well, it's good, but man, in the glass is just there's so many like a floral aromatic that's popping out. It's really beautiful.
I tried drinking fast, like they said, and it worked pretty good. I just drank all of it. So
Well done.
drink it fast,
Gross.
guys. It works good. The can's right.
Jason follows directions well.
That's right.
I like that they also have 6-packs of this versus the the 12-ounce 6-pack. And a lot of the other beers
This is in
are
a
the
12-ounce can,
pint.
and the others are in 16-ounce cans. Yeah.
Bring back, or you know what? We need more 16-ounce 6-packs.
Oh, Swami's. Come on, everybody.
Pizza Port, and then Coronado does it too. I get weekend vibes.
I was going
I
to
get
say,
weekend vibes in 16-ounce 6-packs. But
I thought Pizza Port was the only one because, man, that's the perfect format. Like, I love 6 pints of beer. That's what I want.
especially now with this beer fridge, like I have very specific size constraints for each shelf, and they perfectly hold a pint can. So if I get nothing but pint cans, then I maximize how much beer I can fit in there.
Your size queen is, yeah.
And then, well, no, bigger cans I have to put sideways. It eats up like a half a shelf. If I get like a bottle, it fucks the whole thing up.
Yeah, I mean, you have a preference for size, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
It's up to beer manufacturers
Size matters.
to make you happy, and that's what you
Customer's
require to be
always
happy.
right. The customer is always right.
Who's ready for some haps?
I'm ready for some hops. The next beer up is 1,000 Steps. This is a 7% alcohol by volume IPA, I'm guessing, made with Citroen and Mosaic hops, which are two fabulous hops that are perfect for West Coast style IPAs, which I'm assuming this is what this is.
Guys, I shouldn't
Yes,
have
indeed.
chugged that beer.
Yeah, probably.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh no.
It's
Good
coming
night,
back.
Jason.
Sometimes you get the J and sometimes you get the sun.
Oh my god. So, Greg, could you tell us what is this label art depicting on 1,000 Steps? What-
I believe that there's an actual space in Laguna Beach called 1,000 Steps.
It looks like a staircase that's going down the side of a hill that probably leads to a beach. And there's trees and whatnot. I know of
Wait,
an
I'm
apartment
a-
complex.
I'm a horrible Orange County person, but I grew up going to Laguna Beach all the time with my dad would take me there. I don't remember why or what the deal was, but we always ended up there. There was tide pools and stuff like that. And I don't think Laguna is much of a surfing area because it breaks really close to shore.
Okay.
So I don't know.
We don't know.
1,000
There's a
steps.
beach in Laguna called 1,000 Steps Beach.
Well, there you go.
And it looks like, the picture on the label is an artistic interpretation of the walkway that leads down to the beach.
Wait. Hold on. How do I share my screen?
Blam!
No, I need to. I'm on Google Maps. I got to share this because it's
Oh,
funny.
okay. I see that, Jason. Yeah, it does look similar to the
There you go.
label art. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I think this may be the reference picture. That's pretty
Okay.
Sure
close
is
to it.
bushy.
Yeah, that looks very similar, except the trees are obviously
I
much
could
more.
real slide
Wait.
down that.
Jason, while you have that up, go to Google Maps and pull it up.
All right, we're going to Google Maps. We're going on a Google adventure.
No, I'm serious. Look for 1,000 steps, Laguna Beach.
Yeah, no, it was one of the first things that came up, so I'm gonna
Zoom in on it and look right in the middle of the steps. See who's there.
Is it Tim?
Tim?
It's fucking David Blaine.
No, I don't have my preferences on, so I can't share it without restarting my browser. But there's a little red marker right in the middle of the steps, and it says John.
Oh, I can't see that on Google Maps. But
Weird.
I'm probably just not looking
John.
at the right thing.
John was
Anyway.
there.
It was just
I
really
guess
weird.
I was there.
It's
Yeah.
like I smoked a bowl there once.
Anyway, sorry to waste everyone's time. I thought that was funny.
It's okay.
Wasting time is what we do. That's a 4B promise.
That's exactly.
That's why I can.
We're not
edit
just
it
here
out.
to drink beer.
All right, so this beer is looking again pretty clear. They are very good at finding their beer. I'll give them that.
Look at that head retention just for my pour.
Yeah, same.
Nice little lacing happening.
And this is Citroen Mosaic. Fuck yes.
Yep.
This smells great.
This smells very similar to the party pills. Do I still have some party pills left? That was with Mandarina Bavaria. I'm going to do a side by side. Let's see.
Mm. For me, this beer is all about the flavor. There's something with the hop flavor on this beer that it's very sugar caney, and it's so freaking rad. I don't know how people pull that out, but it tastes like
Oh, look at that, Jason.
like fresh water,
Fresh water.
like just a I don't know when you get like a
Clean?
fresh ice cold, very clean,
Yeah.
very airy, very. It's hard to explain.
I tweeted last week, nothing is better than drinking an ice cold glass of water in the middle of the night when you're super thirsty.
Oh my god! Right?
So it's the best flavor ever.
It does have kind of like a mild like minerality to it. Like maybe not to be too fucking word of the day, but like an aqueousness to it where it comes in and it's a little bit, I would say it's on the thinner side of a West Coast IPA, but then it has this like cool tropical hop flavor in the finish. So it ends up being a super, super drinkable beer.
Lemonade in the chat saying fresh space water is better or greater than fresh water. That's pretty funny. By the way, Lemonade, I hear your name brought up quite a bit on the morning stream. It hit me one day when I was listening to it. I'm like, that's the same person. I'm pretty sure it is. So shout out to Lemonade. Yeah, I said earlier that this smelled like party pills. I'm wrong. It does not. The party pills is way more like lemon limey, fruit forward on the nose, where this is, it's still fruit forward, but it's got definitely more of a dank edge to it, like an earthy, weedy kind of vibe to it in a positive,
like
good way.
Honeydew, sugarcane, some like light woody note to it.
Now, when you say sugarcane, have you chewed on a piece of sugarcane?
Yeah, that's where I'm pulling that out. But if you chew on fresh sugarcane, it's so
can't say I've done
earthy,
that.
woody, sweet, sort of like this flavor.
Have you, Tim?
Oh, I didn't. I'm
gonna
never.
Next
I don't
time we
even
all
think
have a studio show, I'm gonna bring in some fresh sugarcane.
I don't know that
and
I've
this
ever
beer.
actually seen sugarcane in its natural state.
Greg's just gonna come in and be like, sugar, do 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 do, oh, honey, honey.
From Hawaii.
So I'm finding this is obviously it's very refreshing. I'm finding the, like I mentioned earlier with the dry hop pills, like it kind of left that, it seemed like it had a really sharp bitterness to it. This one actually is an IPA, obviously, and it's not hitting me that hard in terms of
It does seem
bitter.
actually a little bit less bitter than the pop
Totally.
pills. It has a lot of hop flavor, but yeah, there's not a lot of bitter on this one.
Yeah. And this is a really drinkable West Coast. It's not, it's not that crazy in your face hop slam sort of like West Coast thing going on. It's pretty, it definitely stands out. It has the bitterness that you're looking for a West Coast IPA, but balanced out well with the rest of the flavors.
I could, if I had one constructive bit on it, I would say I could use a bit more aroma. The aroma's a little muted for an IPA. it's there, but it's not jumping out of the can. So
I know what you're saying. When I smelled the party,
super drinkable beer.
When I smelled the party pills and then went back to this beer, that's when I got that big wallop of like dank note from it. Yeah, you're right. It could probably use some more on the aroma, but if you want to try to pull more out, maybe go back to a different beer like the party pills, smell that, and then go back to this beer. It's a nice contrast, I guess, and it kind of highlights what's happening on the nose with this beer.
Yeah, I think this is more of like not like an IPA that they're gonna like do one-off canning. This is like their staple IPA that they'll always have on tap, and I think they want to dial it in and make it their like house brand IPA.
I can see it being like their Swami's kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. As a taproom staple, this would be like a great like go-to always there beer. But just a little bit more on the nose, and it would be that much better. But super solid, super drinkable beer. And again, I preach this on the show all the time, but I love a hop flavor without hop bitter is the but still clear and without all of the New England yeasty beasties is the way to go, in my opinion.
I agree. I definitely agree. And we still need to find some name for that style, like whether it's us or, people listening, the community as a whole, something to call that style of West Coast IPA.
I mean, I'd cast a vote for Yeasty Beastie because I haven't heard that before, and it is brilliant.
But
like
they're
soft
specifically
IPA?
not Yeasty Beastie.
Yeah.
Call it an easy listening IPA.
You probably have a Yeasty Beastie after your Fauci ouchie.
A
Smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz IPA. We go to the same place.
Smooth jazz.
Speaking of the Fauci ouchie, I think we are all at least one shot deep at this point.
Indeed.
Ouchie.
Hey, you haven't heard that?
No. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's like what MSNBC Twitter calls it.
Oh. Dear God.
Yeah.
I've had both shots, and I'm a week deep on my second one. So on 420, I will be fully microchipped.
bro.
Blaze it. Fucking blaze it, bro. Legalize it.
Yep.
Tim and his wife got theirs last week. How'd you guys do with the first shot?
Doing pretty good. Didn't really see too much. I mostly just injection site pain and raising the arm pain.
I mean, you got a piece of metal put in your fucking muscle.
Yeah. I mean, outside of that, we both had like a really, really mild fever, like less than 100, but just a little bit in the evening, but it only lasted for a little while, so it wasn't anything to like really worry about. But your
wife had a weird arm thing, like a word I've never heard before. What was that?
Paresthesis, I believe it is. It's basically like tingling numbness, sort of like she describes it as like if you like put cellophane over something, like you can't really fully feel. It's kind of like a numbness. She had that, but we're like the way that it presented and the way that the nurses in the observation kind of pointed out, it was most likely because the jab kind of hit a nerve potentially in the arm.
That's funny because I've had that lately, and due to like a collarbone issue, like there's nerves that go between your collarbone and your first rib up here, and like I have this weird numb patch right here. I'm not sure how it happened, but they say it's due to like your shoulders not being
too much
strong enough to support your other hand, Greg. Your shoulders not having enough support to like hold up your collar. I don't know, but it affects these two fingers, like your outer fingers. And sometimes I get that and then it'll go away.
Yes.
Give yourself a stranger.
She had it for a while and then it dissipated. There are people who've reported kind of having similar things in both arms. She found there's a Reddit board. I can't remember. I think it's like COVID vaccinated or something like that. It's basically people just kind of presenting every like post shot, like all the things that they're having and what they have. And like, it's been pretty helpful, but yeah, all in all, we're good. And I'm set to go back for number 2 on the 29th. So I'm excited.
Nice. I had 0 side effects from either shot. Like I mean, yeah, the pain in the shoulder from getting metal put in your arm, that obviously is going to hurt, but everything's been, it was fine for me. My coworker, that got his fairly healthy dude. He was down for like 12 hours after the second shot. We both got the Pfizer shot and he's like, get ready. And I'm like, this was 24 hours later. I'm like, I'm waiting. What's going to happen?
I took 2 days off. I took the next day after off, but that was a Thursday, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna take Friday off, make it a long weekend."
Right.
And in worst case, I just get a long weekend where I feel great.
Yeah,
no big.
I will say I'm not sure how long till this show comes out. By the time it does, it'll probably be open season for everyone. But I would shout out that if you're willing to drive, like we did the 2 hour trek, hour and like 50-minute trek out to Bakersfield. Because that site was obviously doing walk-ins and it was easy peasy.
Just drive to any real chud heavy area and they've got lots of vaccines.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I think Cal State Long Beach, they have their own deal. They've always had their own deal from the get-go, but they had excess that they were opening up to everyone, I think. And then Cal State LA was doing the same thing.
Yeah, Cal State LA, the day after it came out that like they were doing that, they literally shut down walk-ins because they got overwhelmed.
Good. So I'm happy to hear that.
we were like halfway to Bakersfield, and our backup plan was if that failed, we would go there. But like we were halfway out there, and they were like, "We're shutting down for the day." Anyway,
cool. Yeah, man. I just swallowed next? Weird.
Well, now it's time for welcome to the stage, the Thunder from Down Under.
I love this one. This is great.
That's the closest thing I have.
this hop list is wow.
Nelson Galaxy, Motueka, Pacific Sunrise, New Zealand Cascade.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Looks like a lineup of freaking Coachella.
Thunder from Down Under,
it was
a famous Australian male stripper show in Las Vegas. Hence the hunky boy hops on the label.
And I will say I love the look of this beer. I love when a hazy looks like a lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
It's got that, like, it's very, very light malt character.
Where it actually lets light through.
Yeah. It's glowing. It's got
you don't want like silicone in a glass where it's like so hazy that you feel like you could touch it and would just like bounce, like touching a I don't know, a piece of silicone. Like I wanted to say a fake boob, but I don't know. I've never touched a fake boob.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Sorry.
We could fix that. You're in Riverside area somewhere.
Maybe I have touched a fake boob. I just didn't know it.
Club 215.
My early days.
The 4 Brewers are going to do a show from the Spearmint Rhino.
I've been to Club 215 quite a few times.
Have?
My buddy was a bouncer there. Yeah.
What? Wow, that place looks sketchy.
I just pulled that out of my ass, right?
Dude, I've been there like at least 4 times. Yeah, it's sketchy.
Whoa,
I would say when I was 19, maybe 20. You
still haven't touched silicone.
Oh well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I did, and I just didn't know it. So I don't know.
Got to keep your hands to yourself.
The strip club that in San Bernardino is now a full-on weed store.
Is that the one on
it's on hospitality. It's like on the nice part. And it was like flesh showgirls right in the middle of the like nice part of San Bernardino.
I took a stripper to work there once.
What was it? Take a stripper to work day? What the fuck?
No, it was a friend of mine.
Like a great day.
And she needed a ride to. I met her through another friend, and she needed a ride to work.
John taking a stripper to work.
And I picked her up in Moval, and I dropped her off, and it was a one-time thing. And she's like, "Thanks, man." I'm like, "You're welcome."
John's taking a stripper to work day. She's gonna spin down the elevator cords.
Elevator shaft. It'll be just weird. Like that Lil Nas X video where it just slides down the fucking cable. But yeah, they opened a little dispensary in the back door of the strip club, and like a year later, it annexed the entire strip club, and now it is just Captain Jack's.
They're gonna make more money off the weed.
Also, really nice weed store. Shout out San Bernardino, Captain Jack's.
Purdue.
Yeah, shout out because there's not a lot of nice things in San Bernardino. So
No, there's 3 other weed stores and they're sketch as fuck.
one of
I'm
the
not gonna-
nicest buildings in San Bernardino is the San Bernardino Justice Center. It's an amazing building.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, I have bad associations with that place just because it's been a huge pain in the ass. I've had to go there for dealing with my dad's estate, and so every time I go there, it's just like, God damn, this sucks. I'm having to do a bunch of bullshit.
And you sure it wasn't from?
I
like,
didn't
having
do
to
a
spend
crime.
You have to like spend the night there or anything.
No. The Justice Center is a courthouse. It's not a prison.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's a local attorney that I think Jason knows in Riverside.
Is it Sweet James?
I'm not. No.
Justice.
Not going to name his name, but he's a craft beer geek as well, and I've seen him there quite a few times. And we always like kind of lock eyes and then look down, like not acknowledging one another because like I'm the maintenance guy and he's a lawyer guy, and yeah, it's like, awkward.
You guys are both eating bananas at the same time. Look, no eye contact.
There's a class level issue there, John. You can't hang out with the lawyer.
That might be it too. Yeah, you can't acknowledge the help, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Sounds like, what about me and my blue collar?
Not to change the subject or anything, but let's check out my little one gallon mini keg.
1.5 gallon, right?
1.5, yeah.
It looks like torpedo.
It's got
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Isn't that rad?
It looks like a sixtel that's been cut into like 1/5 of its
they're
height.
Stackable, so you can buy like 3 of them and stack them all on your kegerator.
Thought it was a damn mini propane tank.
I'm just gonna go to breweries and be like, can I get 3 growler fills of whatever into this?
You could, because it does have like that same like home brewer like lid, right? That you pull the lid off and
yeah, it came pressurized.
Yeah. So you have the opening, and I
Just run the
bet
tube
you
in there.
they would fill that up for you, no problem.
Oh hell yeah!
That's dope.
I feel like the kind of place where the guy that runs the brew house also pours beer, he would fill it up for you. But
can you wiggle pour into this for me out of the bright tank? That'd be
but
amazing.
I feel like your random brewery employee is gonna be like,
no.
I don't think this is something I can fill.
It's like the awkward equivalent of filling like the gas can at the gas station.
Right.
Well, isn't 1.5 gallons just a 6-pack of 16-ounce cans? Right? Am I wrong with that math?
No way. Those
Ooh.
numbers.
A gallon is 128 ounces. Yeah, I'm wrong. 16.
Yeah, that's 192 ounces. So that would be like 15 cans or something, or 12 cans.
I think they'd still do it. I really
12.
do.
It's 12 cans.
Okay, 12. So it's two 6-packs.
It's 12 pints.
I think
up,
if you
Twitch
brought
fam?
that and presented it and said, "Look, this is 12 pints of beer. Can you, fill it up and charge me for that?" It's 1.5 gallons.
Three growler fills. No, 1.5 gallons.
Hey, some whiskey people just showed up in our Twitch. What's up, guys?
What's up, whiskey gents?
Did we get some kind of raid happening on our channel? Like, what's
I
happening?
think so, but it's not like a million dudes. Just a handful.
It's a mini raid.
Well, don't.
I
As long as
appreciate
you're not jerks. Thanks for coming out.
Hi.
What's up, guys?
Appreciate it.
This beer smells great. By the way, we haven't talked about it much.
No,
we
got
went on a
sidetracked.
derail about
We went
strippers.
double derailed.
Double derailed. Damn it, Greg.
Double derail.
Yeah, this smells fantastic. Really big aroma.
5 different New Zealand hops in a beer. I don't think I've ever had before, much less a hazy. What do you guys think of the aroma? It seems a little subdued for the nose. It seems it's not very juicy. It's sort of.
I don't know. I think it's pretty juicy. It's it's malty-ish, juicy-ish. It's not white cake batter, but it's not like West Coast where it kind of the malts just completely get out of the way. It's a nice balance between both. I do get a juicy aroma on it for sure, though.
I do think they've largely avoided the hop schmear.
Yeah,
sure. the hops still are really expressive and have a good character. I think I'm still getting a lot of the hop flavor. It's not just being all sanded off. Like they're still bright, and I really
It's
appreciate
very bright.
that. Yeah.
It's got a bitter edge on the flavor, more so I think than Thousand Steps, which is kind of weird because it's a hazy and you'd think it would be dialed back a little. But for me, the bitterness is lingering more on this than anything I've had so far.
Oh, weird.
You're not feeling that, Tim? Like at all? I get like a minerally bitterness on the finish that lingers.
Maybe I think it hangs out, but it doesn't hang out as aggressively again as that Dry Hop Pils for me. Like I get it, but again, like it's not bugging me. I like this one.
What did you have for lunch? I'm curious.
Let's guess. What did Tim have for lunch?
Now we're playing.
He had
Some pho.
I would say he had.
wish.
I was going to say a banh mi, but
No,
so
I
we're
didn't have
definitely in the
anything
same
fancy.
country.
Nothing at all.
He had like a peanut butter sandwich or some shit.
Egg salad.
Nashville
Oh,
hot
Okay,
chicken.
egg salad.
nice. I love egg salad sandwiches. Oh my God, I miss them so much.
I was like, I got too many eggs in my last Amazon Fresh. I should boil some.
Nice.
Especially
I've got
especially
an
with
egg.
Easter.
I've got a salad.
Hey, hold on. Question. So obviously you mentioned all New Zealand hops. So are you saying Nelson and Galaxy are New Zealand hops?
Correct.
Yeah, 100%.
So everything on here is a New Zealand hop.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's the name too. Thunder from Down Under.
Well, I mean,
although
it
I would
makes
say
sense.
New Zealand or Australia, maybe. I don't know if they're all New Zealand, but
Because like
yeah,
I know,
it says on their Untapped, this beer is an ode to the glory of Southern Hemisphere hops.
got it.
So-
Because I was gonna say like I know obviously NZ Cascade, duh, but I knew Motueka was as well, but I did not know that Nelson and Galaxy were. So that's really
Yeah, man.
interesting.
Yeah, Nelson was named after the Nelson Sauvin grape varietal, which is big in Sauvignon Blanc, which is big in the Marlborough region of New Zealand.
Oh, dude, I did not put that together. That makes so much sense because like Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc wines are really like fruity and tasty. Like
Right,
and
they're like the IPA of wine, dude.
they're still pretty hot right now even. I
I
did
love
not
a
put
good
two and two
Sauvignon.
together. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. Today I learned.
Yeah, some brewers like, yeah, Nelson, this smells sort of like the Nelson, the Sauvignon Blanc. So they call it Nelson Sauvin.
Yeah.
It's been a very educational day today.
Right? Learned about
You're
boobs
welcome.
and San Bernardino and
yeah.
the
Purdue,
Fauci ouchie.
strippers.
I think this beer, it really does walk the line pretty well of being good at being a hazy and still having a good hop flavor, good hop aroma. I like this better than the single IPA for sure. I think this may be probably one of my favorites so far. Really solid beer.
This is a really tasty beer for what seems like, again, I think this was a special one. Yeah, they brewed this for their 4th anniversary of their OG brewery and tasting room. So I think this, as much as it's like a one-off, they could keep it as a standard tap, as a standard offering. And
if
it
you
would
can
be
get those
great.
hops.
Yeah, that's the
man.
problem, right? Yeah.
Well, and also it says they put 6 pounds per barrel of hops.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So they're like,
Yeah.
maybe we won't. Whoever owns the brewery is like, for the love of God, do not make this a year-round offering.
Maybe David brought the hops over last time he came through.
Yeah.
It's really interesting too because I think you guys all hit it right on the head in terms of it's got the characteristics of the hazy, but kind of mellowed out like a West Coast. So it's like Jason said, it's walking the line that I think really fits. It really fits a nice little area right there. I can't describe exactly what I'm going for, but like it's satisfying both of those desires without going too deep into each.
It's the West Coast hazy style. That's what it is.
I do feel like some of your pure hazy boys may be a little disappointed with it.
Exactly.
The guys that want sugar, that want sweet. But
I'm so over that overly sweet.
I'm into it. Yeah. The hazy boys will remember this. So we want to move on to the next beer.
I think so.
I remember there's a story to this one when we did this beer on the original show.
Oh, really?
And I remember there was a story. It's about a guy, I think.
Yeah, the beer. The next beer up is Old Emerald. This is a 9% alcohol by volume West Coast double IPA with Citroen Mosaic, Amarillo, and Chinook hops. Chinook. Wow, that's interesting.
Is it Emerald Lagasse?
No, it's not Emerald. It's Emerald. Like the gem.
He's like, bam, throw some hops in the barrel, like bam.
Not quite.
Nope. This one's actually referring to a mountain bike trail, so it's not about.
Okay.
There's another beer that we had about them. It was about like a local hero kind of thing. I forget the name of that one, but anywho, that explains why there's a guy on a bike in a trail. So that all tracks.
We're learning mountain biking in bare feet seems like a bad idea.
Listen, that guy looks like he knows what he's doing.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what that is? That's the Laguna Beach greeter.
Tell us about the Laguna Beach greeter, Greg.
That was the guy. That was the guy. The other guy.
So he's like an old hippie. And how far back should I go with the story? Back when when Richard Nixon was president, he housed in San Clemente, and all the news crews would stay at this hotel called the Surf and Sand, which is still there in Laguna Beach. It's iconic. I've stayed there. It's rad. And so back then, this is like when the Vietnam War was happening and stuff like that, and all the hippies saw this like Tom Brokaw reporting from Laguna Beach. It caused this huge surgence of hippies to surge on Laguna Beach, and that's what sort of turned it into this artist village.
Okay.
That it still is today. And I guess one of those people was, this is where I'm just making this part up because I'm not 100% sure where the greeter came from, but he's like this. There's still like a statue of him that commemorates the Laguna Beach greeter. And that's apparently the dude.
That sounds right.
Eiler Larson was a Danish he was a Danish vagabond who earned fame as the greeter of Laguna Beach, California.
Oh.
Yeah, and we had a beer on the Lost show called Greeter's Ale. It was a pale ale.
Got it.
That's their staple beer.
But that's the beer Jason was thinking of when he saw this.
Because that's the guy. I recognize him.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And so it's the greeter riding on the Old Emerald bike trail.
As he did. So I was saying that was the statues from the 50s. I would have placed it later in the 60s, but I didn't see many like long-haired hippie dudes in the 50s.
Okay, hold on. A little more info. So the 133 that Laguna Beach Beer Company, their place is on, that comes down and hits right at the Highway 1 on the coast. Mm-hmm. And there's a spot, Forest Avenue and the Coast Highway, and that is where the greeter, his spot where he would hang out and like point at cars and grinned and waved and shouted at them, "Hello, delighted to see you." So there's a spot there. And I shit you not, like when we went down there was some dude, an older dude who was like dancing on the sidewalk, pointing at cars and waving to them. So I don't know if there's somebody like, I don't think this.
He's like cosplaying the greeter.
Hold on. Yeah, because this guy died in 1975. So
right.
I don't know if there was somebody who was like an ode to him, but like this is really freaking me out because there was somebody down there who was doing exactly that.
Welcome.
Am I seeing a ghost?
Laguna Beach. Yeah, everybody.
I was on that road and there was nobody out there. What?
So now that we have the history of Old Emerald, what do you guys think of the beer?
It's very colorful. I like this.
It is a very traditional West Coast double IPA.
It's kind of foggy for a West Coast, I would say. Maybe that's the hops. I don't know.
So the hops are Citra, Simcoe, Amarillo, and Whole Cone CTZ. That hop bill gives me very big Sculpin vibes.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
The beer kind of also does.
Yeah, I'm smelling it right now, and you said Sculpin, and I immediately I get that.
You're transported
Oh,
to
you're
Ballast
right,
Point.
Tim. Wow.
in
Yes.
a good way, but
Yeah.
the beer itself is a bigger beer. It has more alcohol, and it's a little sweeter as a result. It's got more of that residual sweetness. It's 9%, so that's a big fucking beer.
Yeah,
Really?
Sculpin's like what, 6.5? Or
7,
something
I
like
think.
that?
Yeah, like a
7?
straight 7. Yeah. but-
Okay.
It doesn't.
Um,
It doesn't burn. It doesn't have an overly alcoholic or hop carry through. I think this is interesting.
Yeah, if you're going to Laguna Beach Beer Company and you want something that tastes like Sculpin and smells like Sculpin, this is the beer. This is excellent. This is really well done.
But like the good Sculpin that you remember, not
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's
Not-
your grandpa's Sculpin.
this is your grandpa's Sculpin, not the
Old
Constellation
Grandpet
brands.
Sculpin.
Yeah, I hated that.
That's your Thieves and Robbers Brewing one.
I mean,
What's their new name now?
Crooks and
Crooks and
Nannies.
Bastards and
Sculpin was like-
buttholes.
What the fuck is it actually called?
I don't know.
Thieves and Gentlemen.
Beavis and Butthead.
Let's go with Beavis and Butthead.
so Sculpin. I mean, if you go back to that, like that was a fantastic beer, in my opinion. I mean, I know it obviously. At this point now, you're not. Can't talk about Sculpin because of big brands.
Well,
and whatnot, but,
technically,
like,
they're
No,
not a
they're indie again.
They're craft
well,
again.
yeah, because they failed and they got sold off for scraps.
Yeah, it rules.
I don't think Ballast Point failed. I think the people who bought them failed.
Well, sure. I
And
know.
Constellation brands got owned hard, so that rules.
Yeah,
Such
I love
owned.
it.
They,
They
lost
lost
like
so much
They
money.
lost like $900 million, so that
Yeah,
kind
but they
fucking
made-
rules.
I just
They're
saw
like,
I just saw a thing
whatever.
in my news feed about them, and they made a shit ton of money off of like Modelo and stuff this year. So
Right.
That's
I
fine,
mean,
but like just anything they can take an L.
yeah, but anyway, like I remember pre Constellation acquisition, like going down to the Long Beach Ballast Point and just chilling there, and it was fantastic. And I mean, Grapefruit Sculpin was still one of my favorites for a long time.
yeah,
still
that was
haven't been to
was
the
that the
Anaheim
beer
one.
that
You can
Oh,
go
sorry.
back now.
I was going to say,
indie again.
yeah, I still haven't been to the Anaheim one. It's right down the street from my house. Never been.
I think the
'Cause it's-
Ballast or the Sculpin Grapefruit was the beer that kicked off their whole fruit
Yeah.
$1.4 billion.
IPA.
It
yeah,
was.
thing.
And I
And-
really think Grapefruit Sculpin also was kicking off the trend of fruit IPA,
Yeah.
which was, or it wasn't kicking off, I guess, but maybe it was part of the wave. It was a big part of the tidal wave that took over for a while. For a couple of years, fruit IPA. I remember one of the first craft beer summits we went to. Fruited IPA was the fastest growing category the year before,
Yeah.
which is kind of gone now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't seek it out. I don't want it, and I don't really see it anymore.
And if they do fruit, it'll be like strawberry milkshake IPA, not
Yeah.
like
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
hazy
that's the-
hazy double with strawberry bullshit.
Yeah. I think hazies have taken over that fruited IPA category, like for sure.
yeah. It's
So.
just people who want IPA.
And they're
but
not going
sweet.
anywhere either. Yeah, hazies are here to stay, man.
I was at La Bodega yesterday in Riverside, and two women came in specifically asking for milkshake and slushy IPAs. And, La Bodega, they're trying to sell beer. So the guy was like, all right, here are our milkshake IPAs. And the cool thing with slushies is this is what you do. You put it in your freezer for 15 minutes so it just gets a little bit frozen. And you open the can and you pour it like you would pour like a nitro stout, so it's a hard pour kind of thing. So it comes out chunky, and then you have a slushy IPA. And I'm just like, I'm not like hating. I'm like,
do your
dude's
thing,
trying
man.
to sell beer. That's cool. But this seems like an alternate reality I'm living in.
I don't know. I never thought about that, but I mean, I would try it.
And for his credit, the guy that's talking to them about beer, he's a beer geek that I know. Like he likes beer, and like maybe that's what slushy IPAs are meant to, like that's how they're meant to be.
Dude, I mean,
Enjoyed?
Suddenly John was banned for life from La Bodega.
at Brewery Teru, I've had a slushy version, like a margarita
Right.
mix
Yeah.
of one of their Berliners, and it was fabulous. And it really made the wood pop frozen. I was like, wow, this is really woody.
Yeah, I guess if
Yeah,
you want
it
to
was.
simulate
Very
that at
interesting.
home, throw it in the freezer for 15 minutes, let it get a
Throw
little
in the blender.
crystallized, and yeah, go for it. Why not?
There's a cidery I went to that had margarita
Ooh,
machines that they put their
yes.
cider into, and
Oh man,
those were
this is
pretty rad.
dangerous.
That sounds really
It would be
good.
like, yeah, we have a lime cider, and we put it into a margarita machine, and it just comes out like a slushy, blended margarita, and it's delicious.
Man, now I want a margarita machine for my house.
Yeah,
Right?
right?
I don't like a blended margarita though, so I am the margarita machine. I'm just like,
Was that Iron Bark, Jason?
yeah, Ironbark Cidery in Claremont. Shout out,
Yeah.
that place rules. If you're in
Really?
Claremont, it's really cool. Like they have like a very unique aesthetic, and it's a female owned place, so it's got a very different vibe inside than your average brewery, and the cider is all good and interesting, and it's right across from Claremont Craft Ales, and there's also now
Middle
a
of May,
distillery.
dude.
Now there's a distillery right in the same little office.
Middle of
park,
May,
so-
once I get my COVID shit,
Yeah.
let's go hang out.
Yeah, dudes.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool
once
spot.
once things are once
Let's
we're
do a
all
cider show.
once we're all set, I'm ready to hang.
Let's wrap up the show, and then we can continue this conversation. So overall, I think everything, comparing these beers to the beers they sent last year, I feel like they've kind of refined everything. Jason is the only one that can speak to this, because I think I remember from the last show we did, we thought they were everything was really good, but it seemed like they had like a common thread that was a little too common throughout all the beers.
The thin mouthfeel was a problem on the beers before.
Right.
And I don't get that on hardly any of this beer.
No.
I feel like we were like, the flavor's good, but the mouthfeel is thin on the beers we did in the show before. And these beers don't have that at all. These are all really, really well made.
I can see a year of refining happening in these beers for sure. Again, they're not the same beers they sent us before. Like, I can't remember what they sent us before, but it was along the same lines, like a pills, hoppy stuff, hazy, blah, blah, blah. And I think, with what Chris is doing right now, he's on the right track, and he is, just keep doing your thing. And I very much look forward to going to one of their locations sometime soon after we can, easily go to places and drink beer, because
And
it's a great beer.
especially being able to drink these beers in a nice location that's in that area, in the Laguna area, or in RSM in South Orange County. I could see it just being a super good summery vibe. And
Dude, let's go drink beers in the Laguna one and then greet people as they're driving in.
Yes.
After. That's what
welcome
we should
to
do.
Laguna Beach. Welcome. Welcome to Laguna.
Cut.
We'll be
Okay.
politely but
There we
firmly
go.
asked to leave.
I guess we end it there.
Yeah. 100%.
No, I'm not going to end
I'm
it
the,
there.
I'm the show ender.
So yeah, thanks Laguna for sending this. God. So yes, thank you to Laguna Beach for sending us these beers. Again, well done, good stuff, and
Thank you.
we are very much looking forward to coming down and visiting in I don't know, maybe the next couple months. Maybe.
Yay.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Mid-May. Let's do
All
it.
right, sounds good. Stop recording.
Doop, 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 doop.
What is it? Days of the 10th?
Doop, 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 doop.
Today's the 10th.
Thank you.
Yep.
Skibo 5150, who's a new name in chat, says they have a Huntington Beach location as well.
They do, yeah. I was supposed to go there to pick up beers from them mid-pandemic in 2020, and that didn't work out because I didn't want to go to HB. This is
Dude,
not against
yeah.
Laguna Beach Brewing Company. There's a lot of crazy shit happening in Huntington Beach right now.
Oh my
that
God. Today
I do not
I mean,
want to
they're-
be a part of.
Yeah. the site of the White Lives Matter rally today. Yeah.
Are you
Uh,
fucking kidding me?
I got
No.
hit up by I'm not going to say who, but someone from a local Riverside brewery that's like, we're going to the anti-White Lives Matter protest if you want to join us, and I'll bring beer. And I'm just like, I did not even hear about this. And I talked to my wife Yvonne. She's like, "Oh, you haven't heard about this?" I'm like, "No, I've been doing work all morning for the show, and there apparently like graffiti's been going up in Huntington Beach for like Nazi shit and in like preparation for this event
KKK
that they're having.
was distributing like door-to-door flyers and stuff in like Ziploc bags with a rock in them.
I wonder what.
Are you
Councilman-
serious?
Yeah, no. Yeah, totally.
I wonder what City Councilman Tito Ortiz is going to do about this.
Is he actually on the city council?
Yeah, he's the mayor pro tem. So if the mayor is predisposed, Tito Ortiz, professional getting punched in the head guy, QAnon enthusiast, Donald Trump fan, is on the Huntington Beach City Council.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This last round saw a few sneak in.
I mean, it sucks that like Rip Brewing Company, they're in HB, and I mean, so Beechwood has a location in Huntington Beach. Like, I'm not holding this. Like, don't. I fucking hate Huntington.
Has nothing
Beach.
to do with
I
beer.
hate the residents of Huntington Beach. The breweries that are in Huntington Beach, keep doing your thing, but God damn it, these people are just like the scum of the earth at this point.
There are good ones. There are nice people in Huntington Beach. There's just a lot of shitheads.
Yeah, I guess
It is shithead central.
I'm angry.
It's Florida of Orange County.
Yeah. Anyway, all great beers from Laguna.
Anyway,
Black Lives Matter. That's all I can say. Oh, I got a little bit of a sludge at the end of that pour on the old Emerald.
Hey,
the double IPAs were bomb. Just like, damn, the I can't slam 2 double IPAs. It's a lot.
When was the last time we did anything Sierra Nevada?
A while ago, man. We did a Sierra Nevada focus show, but it's probably a couple years ago at this point.
I was going through my news feeds and I read that Optimum should be coming out sometime in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, it might be fun to revisit. Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel.
I can reach out to their marketing dude.
Who is their marketing dude? I might know the name.
Their new one, he worked at the brewery. Kevin. Yeah, he just started there like a couple months ago. He's a local jogger. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we did a Sierra Nevada focus show was like 5 years ago. So
Yeah, and the last
it's been a while.
appearance was 2 months ago.
Okay,
So-
no worries. I saw
we
it
did
and I
Nooner Otra Vez, which I think is where
Nooner. Oh my god!
it was Otra Vez.
Otra
The
Vez.
Mateo
How to
voice.
miss Nooner though?
I think it
Yeah.
came out of that show.
Well, I thought it would be
Bigfoot Torpedo Pale Ale.
I don't know necessarily. I saw it and I thought it would be interesting because I know how much Jason loves triple IPAs. So I thought it'd be fun.
So, fun fact: when we were on the Radiant Media call, I'm not sure if you were in for that part.
I don't think it was there yet.
But one of the dudes is like a market research guy, and he's like, yeah based on grocery store data, Hazy Little Thing is set to pass Pale Ale in the next couple months. Like they're selling so much of Hazy Little Thing that it's going to surpass Pale Ale sales soon.
That's crazy.
Parallel sale.
It kind of makes sense, right? People want something that's not as, it sounds weird to say, as aggressive as Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Not that it's like a big hoppy beer, but it's definitely very malt forward, very like caramel, old school American pale ale kind of beer.
Yeah.
And Hazy Little Thing is kind of the same thing, but just kind of dialed back on everything with a little bit more like fruit candy character on it.
Kids these days hate crystal malt. If you make crystal malt, producers must be at an all-time low right now. Can you imagine? Like, there's like no caramel malt in anything anymore.
Yeah, right. I mean, even looking at the beers we had today, there's zero caramel malt.
So light, yeah.
No. And the styles that relied on caramel malt have fallen completely out of favor. Like,
Well, unless you're looking for like like porters or stouts or something like. I mean, we're just talking strictly, yellow beer at this point. Who's putting caramel malt in
Yeah,
yellow
but
beer?
like
Yeah.
ambers have completely fallen out of favor, and like the stuff that you would
Yeah.
get caramel malt in, like who's buying barley wines or like, yeah,
Greg.
but just Greg, even on this show,
I mean, barley wine is life.
BIL.
Such a.
Well, we can definitely figure it out. I was just for future reference, just a thought.
So it sounds like you want to do a Sierra Nevada show with Optimum in
We
there.
I don't
do
necessarily-
not. We
That'd be
don't
fun.
have a show next
a good
week,
idea.
right? We've had shows for the last like 6 weeks, so
We still have a
Well,
backlog, so
I
there's
don't
no reason
know-
to worry. But
I don't know
if you
when
want to
it's
do a
actually
show,
dropping.
Ooh.
It says mid-April.
So
mid-April, it's like
I've
5 days
I have to
away.
work
So
next Saturday. I'm working, but I'll probably be home by 1ish. And then I'm out of town on the 30th weekend. No internet.
okay.
Where you going?
FYI.
Well,
Going
we have
to,
enough to
camping.
cover. So
Sweet.
Going to
Can't read
can't
that.
see it on the glass.
uh,
It's the Homebrewers Festival, except there's no festival, but the campground's going to be open.
got it.
And a lot of people a lot of homebrew clubs are still going to just camp and have a good time.
The 24th, 25th. How would any of you guys feel about? Oh, actually, yeah. How open would you guys be to doing Sunday instead of Saturday?
Anytime. Sunday's always good.
Hang on, let me check.
I'm not sure
Sunday.
yet, but I'm gonna go do race car stuff that weekend. I'm trying to figure out what day I want to do.
Jared was a race car driver.
Wait, so hold on, Greg. When are you out of town?
The 30th weekend. That's also my 50th birthday. Yeah.
Yay! Congrats.
You're hitting 50 this year, huh?
So the
Fruity.
okay. So are we
I'm
gonna
hitting
skip,
40. I'm hitting
We'll
40.
skip the first and
Let's
second.
drink a 40 for you.
Okay,
Oh shit! 40. 40s for 40. ESPN 40 for 40.
ounces. 40 ounces to Jason.
Jason, when
That's
are you?
right.
When are you 40?
Rocktober.
Oh, okay, that's a ways off. So Tim.
Yep.
What did your? Okay. No, Greg.
He's out the
C.
first and second. So we'll skip a show on the first and second.
The first.
Yeah, I'll be without internet.
Oh, May 1st and 2nd. Got it.
Correct.
Okay,
And
that's
then
I should
Jason
be
wants to do
okay
the
with that.
25th.
I can. Let's see. I can do the 25th. Yes.
Okay. So then next weekend, I assume we'll just do
I'll-
Saturday again, unless you
I'll
need-
let you know about that weekend, but I just wanted to see if I had flexibility on booking
Yeah.
Sunday or Saturday.
Hey, as
So
long as I
Saturday.
know ahead of time.
17. Do we want to try to do the Sierra Nevada thing? Or
I mean,
Sierra
I don't know if
Nevada's.
it's gonna be around.
We can just try to get 4 Sierra Nevada beers, and
I think.
Fucking
Well, Tim
talk
wants to
about it.
focus on Optimum.
I
and-
just thought it was cool if I can find it. I'm not going to buy
Right.
like a 4 or 6 pack of it. So if I can find a single, then I'm down. But it's really not. It's not a.
I mean, we've been a little spoiled by having all the prep shows, but if we're back to we're all buying whatever, we buy whatever we can get, right? Like we can't be super precious about the beers we get if we're all buying local.
Tim said Optimum's supposed to come out mid-April. So if it comes out before the 17th, maybe we can pick it up. But if not, then just
Sierra
say the
Nevada show
17th.
next week. Who cares? We'll do it.
Exactly.
I'll reach
Okay.
out to my dude and see what he says.
We'll get what we get.
cool. That sounds good.
Sierra Nevada next week. Ba, ba, ba.
Get what you get.
Popcorn
You don't throw a fit.
hops.
Thanks, guys. I got to bounce.
Bye,
Yep,
Tim.
he's better, homie.
Easy.
You missed it.
What up, dude?
Do it again, Jason. Do it again. Do it again.
No.
I missed it.
That's close enough.
I don't even know how'd you even learn how to do that? That's crazy.
I don't even know, man. Shit's
Do it.
wild.
Do it. Pull it up. Pull it up.
Nah, it's fucked up.
I'll wait. I'll watch.
I lost
He
it.
did it. Yeah, he did it good.
Like I caught a glance and I was like, "Holy shit, he did it!"
That's a trick. It's like a magic trick. You can't look at
Get a
it
bunch
too
of
long.
like you're gonna get a
The
drive
edge
by soon.
Oh shit!
That's not how. It
Instead
works.
of getting swatted on Twitch, you're gonna get drive by.
I got to replace it with the big red bee.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing that we did our last Sierra Nevada show in like February 1st, 2016. That was-
5 years ago.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Nooner, Ultraves, Bigfoot, Torpedo, Pale Ale, and Beer Camp.
Man,
Let's
I
go
like
do
Nooner.
We're gonna do.
That
a
may have
Voodoo
been
Ranger
Greg's Beer
show.
Camp. I don't know.
No, mine was like 2012.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
I still have those bottles. I should crack one of these days.
oh, no, we did more than that. Pale Ale, Nooner, Ultraves, Torpedo, Beer Camp, Tropical IPA 2016. Olivia Abbey Saison with oranges and peppercorns. Olivia Abbey Golden Ale with
Those are all
pomegranate.
discontinued.
Bigfoot, Barrel Aged Bigfoot, and Barrel Aged Narwhal. That was a big show.
Oh, dude, Narwhal.
How did we do that show? And what?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Holy shit.
That was how we did.
And then we
in those
drove
times.
home. I had 1 ounce of each.
Oh, man. That's nuts. On the blog post, leave us a voicemail. Area code 213-316-8699. Does that still work? I'm going to try it.
So the Google number or something.
Yeah, it's a Google Voice number.
I still have one for FergFest.
213-316-8699. What is it?
Sex line.
It might be our number still.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey,
Show me your boobs.
show me your boobs. Bye. Let's see if I get a voicemail. Voice. No. Wait. No. No. Where can I see my number? Doesn't matter. Anyway,
All right, let's wrap it up. Cheese Bros.
see you guys later. Thanks for everyone watching in the live stream. We love you all. Thanks for the little raid. I don't know what that was. It was very tiny, but it was
Thanks, whiskey
appreciated.
guys. Hail
Yeah.
Satan.
Bye.